You know?
I know. Thank you for inviting me, brother.
Yes,
no
problem, no problem. And Franco coming again.
Yeah, second time. Glad to be back.
Let's go. Today we're here with another episode. We have a special guest, Jose, first time coming on. And then we have Franco.
Yep, second time.
Yes, and today we're doing like a gym podcast because these two are very big into like gym, you know, weightlifting, things such as that.
Yeah,
you know, Jose here.
A little hobby.
You want to say your bench press PR?
Yeah, I got 405 in February this year.
Yes.
For bench, so there's that.
Just four plates.
Just four plates.
And then Franco does like competitive
powerlifting.
Powerlifting is what you
for almost a year now I've been competing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So it's been pretty fun.
That's okay. Let's do a quick intro to this. So like, how did you guys first get into lifting, right? And then how did you get into like going to the gym and like keep going? So
you want to go first on this?
I'll go first.
Technically, you started lifting first, so
yeah. So with me, it was more so just like I kind of didn't like the way I was looking, you know, because I always grew up very chunky. I mean, I still am, right?
But strong.
But yeah, no, I'm a lot stronger now.
these are
muscles, right? But you know, I kind of just look at myself and I'm like, damn, man, I gotta really change something, you know.
When was that?
So that was.
Let me guess.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Grade. It can't be like grade 8, you know, because that time you're so. I think grade 9.
Close.
Yeah.
Close. Yeah, I was at grade 10, I'd say.
Oh, grade 10. Yeah. See, I was thinking later on.
So like, you know, at that point I was like, man, I really gotta change something. And I have this buddy, Kieran, and he's been going to the gym since probably grade 6, grade 7,
Very
right?
early.
But then in high school,
early?
he started doing it very consistently, right? And you can see it. You know, whenever, because we went to a Catholic school, we'd always have uniform, right? But then the days where we have civvies and we're actually able to put on, you know, whatever we want, this guy would look massive, right? Everybody would be complimenting this guy, like, oh, dude, your chest and your arms like so big, this and that.
A lot of aura from
right? And again, like he was my buddy, so then, you know, I'd always be around him, and then I'm like, hey man, like everyone's coming up to this guy, complimenting him, and I'm like, dang man, I really want to have that, you know?
Yeah. Oh,
and
let's see.
you know, the one thing that kind of did it is, it was funny because I remember, I think it was the same day when all that happened, right? When everyone was like, hey man, you look huge. By the end of the day, this one girl came up to him and asked him for a snap. And I'm like, I want that. I want that, right? So then I'm like, all right, I'm going to start lifting. And at home, we had some equipment that like nobody used. So then I just took it out, started, you know, doing
like
easy
garage
stuff.
type of stuff?
Yeah, no, like one of those dumbbells that you can take off the weights, you can, you know, clip them back on. Right? So I started doing, you know, dumbbell curls for bicep, you know, doing my triceps. A lot of chest.
Didn't you have a bench press as well?
That was later on.
Oh, later on.
No.
Okay.
So what ended up happening was, you know, I started doing that a whole lot, and I'm like, man, I really want to actually do like bench press.
Right.
I want to.
Oh, you want to
my legs
more of
hard.
that stuff, you know?
Yeah. So then, you know, what ended up happening was for Christmas, I asked for, you know, a proper gym setup, just like nothing like huge, right? So it was just a bench press where you can either make it flat or you can go incline.
Yeah, I have that upstairs.
It had a preacher curl there.
Yeah.
You know,
not the same thing actually.
Yeah.
I have that.
We'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
And it also had something at the end for leg extensions and also for hamstring
that
curls,
too.
right?
Yeah.
So then I started using that for like 6 months, but again, you know, after a while, I was maxing out the machine and the barbell, right? So I was like, dang, man, I actually need to go to a proper gym because
more weights.
I don't have enough weights, and also, you know, the space that I have to actually, you know, slide on the weights, I don't have any. You know what I mean? Like for the leg press, or not the leg press.
You can't go over the weight. I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, no, like honestly, and also because my setup wasn't like nailed in or screwed into the ground, it kind of like tipped forward. Right, because there's that much weight on it, right?
Yeah, it's not bolted into the ground, right? Yeah.
So I was like, dang man, I really gotta actually go to a gym because this sucks.
Like you can't really progress anymore from here.
And that was around June of 2022. So then, I think it was on the 26th of June 2022. That's when I actually started going to LA Fitness. I signed up. And I started going ever since.
Just you, or you with a friend, or like did anybody?
In the beginning,
let's get the gym together?
It was just me. But like after a while, of course, you get to know people. You know, I remember this one time, this one kid who's in 07, he was on my bus, and he was telling me, "Yeah, I go to Planet Fitness." I'm like, "Dude, screw Planet Fitness,
come to
go to LA Fitness, man.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Let's work out together."
Yeah.
And then he quit, and he came to LA Fitness, and we started going from there.
That's awesome.
Owen.
awesome.
And then from there, we just started working out. And then he introduced me to his friends. And then I started going out with his friends. He eventually kind of fell off with it, which sucks. But his buddy still went with me strong. And he was actually the one that, really came in consistently with me, right? We were both really into like bench press, right?
Right.
So this
Who
kid
isn't?
right? No, but he ended up getting to, that's why, man. He ended up getting to 300, I think, like maybe a couple months back, right? But he's always been there from me getting 225, 315.
He was along the journey.
Yeah, man, he was, right? And he was always there, helping me, spotting me, giving me like advice for like different workouts, or hey, try this, And he's always helped me along the way. But yeah, no, I've been doing it for I think maybe
for like 3 years.
3.5 years.
Yeah, a little over 3 now.
3.5
So not
years.
too long.
Yeah. So I think in 6, because it is 20th.
Rapid progress.
Yeah. Like 6 days, I think it would be my 3rd year anniversary. Working out at LA.
We're gonna do
on
a
its
party
own.
there.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
Right? Do a workout party.
Right? But yeah, man. So it's been good. Honestly, I've liked it, and you know what? The thing that sucks is that like I started because I was like, I want attention from everybody. I want girls to come up to me, give me the snap. It's only been guys. Hey, how much do you bench? How much do you squat? You're fucking massive. Oh, am I allowed to swear?
No, yeah, it's fine.
Okay, sorry. You're freaking massive, right? And I'm like, thanks, man, but like, where the girls at?
I hear that a lot from all of you guys.
Right?
You can hear that every day now.
So was that like a hallucination the first time you saw it?
Right, yeah. No, so in the end, it's whatever, but, I fell in love with it because, it's something to do.
Yeah.
And I've been doing it for so long that it's now just, kind of clockwork. Like, okay, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to,
That's what's like a healthy hobby to have,
It is. Instead of me just staying home doing nothing, I have this, and then, from there, it teaches me discipline. It motivates me to do other things. It gets me ambitious, like a good environment, right?
Yeah.
So that type of environment is definitely, been really, really good for me to grow as a person as well, right? Mm-hmm. So honestly, I'm kind of glad I started with it. I mean, again, no girls, but hey, it's okay. It's gonna happen.
Okay. Honestly, the other benefits you got just are so worth it.
Oh, absolutely.
From where you are right now compared to back then, you've done so much, bro.
Exactly. Yeah. No. I mean,
did you ever do any sports? As a question, like contact sports, anything?
No, I mean, like
that requires you to be big.
Contact sports. Technically, I kind of did a little bit of karate when I was younger.
Oh yeah.
Right?
I remember.
I did swimming. Right, but that stuff didn't really catch on. I was kind of just doing it just to do something. Yeah, right. So but then after that, I kind of just did nothing. And I was kind of being a bum. So that's another thing that kind of motivated me to start the gym, because I was like, man, what am I doing? I actually got to do something.
Hit the gym,
Yeah, man. So, but yeah, no, that's my story, and still going to this day. It's still fun. And you know what? I don't think I'm going to stop anytime soon unless I get really injured. So, right, what I mean?
Whatever.
But yeah, no, it's
a lifestyle now.
It's great, man.
Yeah, actually, after hearing that,
what about you, Franco?
Jose's story's eerily similar to mine, sort of. I saw obviously.
Yeah, when was your epiphany that
my epiphany?
I need to hit the gym?
It was around the summer before my grade 11 year.
Oh, so late.
Yeah, you're pretty kind of late actually. Yeah. So during that summer, all I had at my house was a pair of dumbbells, not even the changeable ones. I had 2 pairs of 15s and then a pair of was 25s or 30s or something like that, right?
That's right.
So then in my room, I would just do a constant superset of push-ups till failure, and then bicep curls till failure, and
100 reps type of thing.
Yeah, and then it was on the floor of my room, right? And then I would do goblet squats or something for legs, and then I would alternate days. I would do that weight workout, and then the next day I would do flash cardio. Yeah. But yeah, obviously Jose, he's like you said, you started kind of chunky, right? For me, I started really, really skinny. Right.
Okay.
And I was sort of insecure about that a little bit. Not really, but I was like, I could put on some more muscle. And also in my head, I knew
don't want to be a little skinny, scrawny.
Yeah, the skinny, scrawny kid, right? But I knew in my head, puberty years, that's the best time to start lifting, because in my opinion, puberty, it's kind of like a semi-steroid almost, right?
Oh yeah.
We would not be making as many gains as we would right now, if we were in our late 20s or 30s or whatever, right?
It's true.
And also newbie gains on top of that. We'll explain what newbie gains is.
Explain all that
a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna explain a lot of terminology and a lot of technical stuff later today. So I started doing that in the summer, and then when we were making my grade 11 year of the courses and stuff for high school, I was like, I need a gym credit. I don't know if I want to do like the drama class and stuff like that.
Oh,
That
yeah,
sounds
no,
kind of
we-
boring. I
yeah.
was asking people like
Not
what
my
it
cup of
was.
tea, at least.
Yeah, they were like, oh, you just sit in a circle and like you do like random activities and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
okay, that's a free class, but like kind of boring. I don't really want to do that.
Right.
And then I was like,
Fair, that's fair.
Jose was talking to me about training because
Right.
this is when I was starting.
So you guys were like childhood friends or like friends in high school?
Bro, we were friends
Yeah.
since elementary school.
Elementary.
Oh, you're elementary school
yeah,
guys.
yeah.
So you go all the way
Yeah,
back.
Yeah, oh yeah, we go way back. But
You're not like connected to the gym. Okay,
yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
And then I heard Jose was like, this is like around when you just started going to LA. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll try the weight training a little bit. I already had the weights in my house that my dad bought, right? So I might as well just use those, try it out.
Oh, I see.
And then once summer was over and then September came by, I was like, I already chose a weight training class for the first semester of grade 11. And then that's when I started really getting into like barbell stuff and more like weight training with more weights and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then, like, I think a couple months in, I think actually in October, I got a membership at LA.
Oh, yeah.
Right, I remember. And then Jose basically took me under his wing, and then I went through all of his workouts and stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
Got a lot of gains from that, and then did that for like another year. And then after that, I was like, oh, I kind of want to get into this like powerlifting thing. Because
When was that? Like middle grade 12, end of grade 12? Because I
that
saw
was-
you like you got
I'm
serious.
trying to
at this point.
remember.
That was like grade 11 still.
yeah.
Because it wasn't long that you were doing
Yeah.
stuff, you know, with me. I remember at some point you're like, yeah, you know what? I want to start doing powerlifting.
Yeah.
because I like that.
When did you start power?
2020, late 2023, that's when we just started grade 12. That was first semester grade 12. So I started getting
Gotta
into
be like-
powerlifting the summer before grade 12.
Oh,
That's what it was.
Okay.
But it was like
Oh.
just training squat, bench, and deadlift stuff more because that's like the main lifts you have to do in competition during that summer.
Yeah.
We were already training those by default just for like bodybuilding type stuff, right? But then I started I switched my program to like a more powerlifting based program
Oh,
for
it's
training.
different stuff?
Yeah, instead of like
Wow.
bodybuilding based.
Okay, got it.
And I did my first competition December 2023. So middle of grade 12 basically, right?
I think I remember that when you posted it.
Yeah, I posted that. I was like, that was my very first competition. It wasn't even like an official one.
Okay.
It was hosted by
Yeah, right,
my
right.
coach, who wasn't my coach yet.
Right.
But then he saw I competed, right?
Right.
And like someone who didn't get any coaching whatsoever, just
Right.
like trained
Just
the
showed
most
up.
basic stuff and just
Yeah.
showed up. But I still like did decent for like a person that's like first time powerlifting. So
Yeah.
he's like, oh, why don't you, do you have a coach? Are you gonna train at my gym? Like, why don't you like allow me to coach you and stuff? And then that's pretty much up to where I got now with 1 year of powerlifting, actual powerlifting training, and then like
Very cool.
4 or 5 competitions? No, 4
Really?
competitions under my wing
Dang,
now.
that's
Yeah,
a lot.
including the first one.
Right, right.
So
What about McMaster? Is there a coach at McMaster? Like, is there a powerlifting club?
there's a powerlifting club, but each person kind of has their
There's their
own
own.
coach.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
it's not like a coach and then you guys are over there.
no,
getting
not
coached.
directly.
I see,
Yeah,
I
but
see.
there is like there's like a couple coaches that coach most of the people on the powerlifting team.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you never wanted to do powerlifting, Jose, or like?
I mean,
kinda
not
that
now.
thing
Because like
about it?
at some point, like something I forgot to mention was like, because I kind of lifted kind of like a dumbass,
Like a meathead.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
my God.
I'd always try to max out, especially for lifts with like a lot of
The
lower
big
back,
lifts.
right? So
Yeah.
like, you know, squat,
Squat, deadlift.
especially deadlift, right? Because I was like, oh, I want 3 plates, I want 4
plates.
plates.
Oh, you shouldn't do that stuff.
Right, so not that you should, but the way I did it. So what I used to do was kind of like every single time, at least like twice a week, I think I tried to like max out, trying to like push myself forward
To the limit.
to like almost force myself to break that plateau, I guess, right? So I would just be trying to get this crazy amount of weight without realizing like, hey, I gotta like slow down. I gotta like take my time.
Yeah.
I gotta bring the weight down and just rep it out. You know, it's not always about doing heavy all the time. Heavy is good, but like again, you need to do your lighter components
Yeah.
to actually rep stuff out
And to recover as well.
Exactly,
Yeah.
to recover. And that's the one thing I didn't do. So then I remember, I think this was April.
Oh, was it like an injury or something?
And yeah, so I remember I brought my dad in because I was like, hey, you start the gym. And I remember I was just trying to like, impress my dad because my dad was there.
I see.
Right?
My dad
So I was
strong,
like,
yeah.
man, I
Yeah,
gotta
right
do
here
this
for
for
you.
my dad, right? And then I remember trying to get it up, and then I felt something. I'm like,
Oh, damn, that's horrible.
And-
was it a press? What were you doing?
it was a deadlift.
Deadlift.
Oh,
deadlift,
that's
right?
even worse, right?
And from there, it kind of just went downhill, especially like the squats and deadlifts. Like I remember I used to get hurt a lot. Like even if I wasn't doing that, I might come in and I was trying to train my rear delt, so then I kind of have to be on a bench, and I'd be kind of bent over a bit trying to like do this movement with the dumbbells. And I remember once doing that, very light,
still feel it.
And still felt it. If not, it was actually worse because it kind of like re-injured itself. And I'm like, dang, man, come on. So like on the way home, I was limping because I was like, man, I didn't even do anything heavy. It's just like, it was there. So again, that's the one thing I kind of learned is just like, hey, you got to slow down. You got to just stop being a meathead. You know, don't get me wrong. Lifting heavy is fun.
It's like ego lifting. Like
it literally is ego lifting. Right? I was just ego lifting, man, the entire time. So like, in the end, it sucks that it had to happen, but I'm glad it did happen because it taught me that, you know what, you'll get stronger by, repping stuff out and not, going maxing out every single time.
I see.
That's the interesting thing with like strength. Like a lot of people don't realize strength. Yes, like obviously more muscle means you can, push more weight, but strength is also like a technical skill that you have to learn. Like you can't just be like someone like, oh, I'm gonna just pick up the bar off the ground and like hope for the best, right? Yeah. Which is like that's why like when I tell people like I do powerlifting, they're like, oh, so you like try to do like a 1 rep max like every day or something? I'm like, no, actually I only 1 rep max really when I do it like a competition. Most of the time, like when you're
most of the time you don't try to get like PRs and stuff when you train.
Not all the time.
It's more like perfecting form or something like that.
No, well, usually like ideally you would try, because competition, they have like strict restrictions for like how you do the lift, right? So like for bench press especially, you have to pause it at the bottom and then you have to wait for the commands for you to put the weight back, stuff like that.
Okay.
So like for me, whenever I try to do a max or like a heavy set, I always have in my mind like, okay, I'm not trying to like push the weight like in the way that I want to for a gym PR. I'm trying to push it in like within competition standards. So like if I can PR with competition standard, then I can probably do that on the competition day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
So, and you can't really do that if you're like meathead maxing all the time, right? Because then the weight becomes a priority versus the technique and the standard of the set as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get back to the getting started to the
Sure,
gym.
yeah, let's do it.
Like when you first started, what was like the muscle groups you wanted to get big?
Just everything.
I know, okay, like probably like chest and back and stuff. Like also, what splits did you guys first do? Did you do go research? What were you doing?
No, actually, that was you. I did more of a bro split. You know what I mean?
Really?
It was way worse because again, the guy I was talking about, Kieran, who really got me into it.
Yeah.
I'd ask him for his split, and don't get me wrong, it was good, but like it was too much.
Was it like very intense because he's been going a long time, so he
it was
possibly
too much volume. He would do like for say chest, right? For his chest, it would be flat bench, incline bench.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Then flat dumbbell bench.
Yeah.
Incline dumbbell, and then maybe 2 or 3 accessories like cable flies or like whatever, right? And by the end of it, I would be exhausted out of my mind, and then I'd move on to maybe, I don't know, like shoulders or biceps or triceps.
Oh, you kept going,
right?
I kept going. It's not even the halfway point.
Because again, like it was like, it was like chest. I think it was like triceps and maybe some shoulders.
In the same day or like
same day?
Same day.
So
like 3 to 4 exercises.
How long would that take you, bro?
It wouldn't be like weird
like
for me to stay there for like 3 hours.
Yeah. Wow.
Right. And it got really bad. So eventually one day I was like, I gotta do my own thing.
How long did that continue for?
A couple months, right?
Probably a couple months, because at some point I was like, dude, I gotta.
And because you did it,
and how many days a week?
6.
6 days a week with that much weight at the start.
6 was bad.
When I first went to LA, this sounds crazy. I don't know how I like survived like the first couple of months of lifting doing this, but I had the in-school weight training every day.
Okay.
Like it wouldn't be like weight training every day. Like some days would be like more cardio, circuit-based stuff, whatever, CrossFit-based things. But then after school, I would go with Jose to LA and then do his workout. And like you just said,
right? It was bad.
So like, this is like some Arnold stuff. Like Arnold would say some stuff like, flat bench and then incline bench and then flat dumbbell and then incline dumbbell. And then you're not even done chest yet. You have to do your flies and then you have to do your shoulders. So you do like a shoulder press.
Exactly. not only that, but he would come in twice every day. Every day.
That's what Arnold would do.
Right. We wouldn't do that because already by that day we were like, that's it.
So
we're done.
A week, 18 hours, you're in the gym.
What?
A week, you're 18 hours in the gym for 6 days, 3 hours a day.
Basically, yeah.
Close enough, right? Like
and I would go after school. So like my day would be like school ends at, what was it, like 2:15 or something, right?
2:15, right.
So then I would get to the gym like probably around like 2:30.
Yeah.
And then I would be there like sometimes till 6.
Yeah, it was really bad, man.
So bad.
Really bad.
Yeah.
Did you like it during it?
I enjoyed it. Actually.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah,
it felt like you were putting in the work, though.
I was, 6 days a week. But some days, like I would get annoyed, not because of like like the frequency of 6 days a week, but like if you miss one day, because I did push pull legs 6 days, right? If you miss like, I don't know, a pull day, then you miss half of your like pull day volume for the whole week. So then you get like annoyed because like, oh, I missed like half of my back workout of the week. But in reality, like that one day was already a lot. So it's not that big of a deal.
I just started with like the push pull legs thing, I think.
Did you do 6 days or or 3 days?
I did 4 days.
Good.
Okay,
That's good.
I did 4 days, but my issue is I've had every sort of weird growing thing when I was growing up.
What do you mean?
I had the Achilles, like whatever, growing thing the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Then when I was like popping off in tennis, like I was getting really good at tennis on the regional teams and stuff back in New Zealand. When I was there, hip injury for a whole year. A weird growth thing that gets like 1 out of 10,000 people apparently. That's like you have a flu first. Then your hip like leaks out in a fusion. So basically it leaks out random liquid.
Dang.
So I was like wheelchair ridden for like a month. I couldn't move. So that happened to me. So my hips have been just weaker and I had to like do like rehab and stuff to like get it back. Then come to Canada. I haven't played tennis for a while because of COVID. First year, get into OFSA, right? About to go to OFSA, I tackle like Grant as a joke just on the field. Some other guy, he comes in, James, tackles both of us, spins out, my left shoulder gets dislocated from a thing. It was here. And then when I touched it, I felt like a spiky thing here.
Oh my god.
So you know, like I don't know what that bone is called, but I touched that bone there.
Right.
And then I went back and it clicked back, so it was okay.
Jeez. Yo.
By the time I got to the teacher, he's like, "You look fine," because like it clicked back.
And I was like, were you able to move it and stuff? No.
It was a weird feeling. It feels like your arm suddenly isn't your arm. Like you look at it,
the nerve
you can't feel like the whole soft tissue body here just wrecked, just disconnected, everything gone. So now I'm on a bench. I'm like, I'm on a bench. I barely lift like a couple plates, and it's already bad. Like my right arm is completely fine, and then the left is just like shaky,
shaky.
Like I have like cerebral palsy or something like that. It was hella bad, and then I was just super depressed at the gym.
Damn. Because you couldn't actually like really.
Yeah, I couldn't lift any weight, and I'm like, I see these like little scrawny broccoli head
lifting
kids.
more.
I'm like, what the heck? I should be lifting more than this. Because I remember way back in like this rock climbing place, like way back in grade 9, me and Ashwin was spotting me for a bench. We had never hit the gym before. I did 2 plates, like 45s, right? And I was trying to get up, and then he's like. Get it up.
You're saying 245 on each side?
No, 2. No.
One on each side.
I was gonna say, let's get
No. Just one. But it's like back in grade 9, so I'd never done it before. And then I couldn't do it, and Ash was like, lift it up. And he wouldn't spot me, he wouldn't help me. He thought he was being like those motivational guys. But I actually managed to get it up. And that was before my shoulder dislocation.
Oh, okay.
And now I have the shoulder dislocation. I'm trying to work my way back the whole time. I had like ankle stuff as well, and a different offset the next year.
Jeez,
So it was just like hella injuries I keep getting.
How much did you weigh in grade 9?
In grade 9 and stuff, I think I weighed around like 180.
Oh, okay.
184.
Okay.
I was always pretty big.
There you go.
It was like 135, like a plate, like first time benching is pretty good.
And also going to the gym, like first time, I remember I was like hella scared going to the gym. Like, did you guys ever have
when you
first went?
For me, like, because again, I live like 5-10 minute walk from LA Fitness, right? So I remember the first couple of days I was really scared because I was like, dang, man, a lot of people are gonna like judge me. And then I'm looking around, no one cares.
Nobody gives
It's almost like you're not even there. And I'm like, okay, this isn't bad, right? So I just kept on going, and then after like a month, it was like, all right, whatever. You might have like a couple of days within like maybe the first year when I started. I was kind of like, it might have came back for like maybe a day, but then after that, I was like, all right. It's whatever. No, I'm used to this.
Right? For me, the transition was pretty easy because I already was lifting like at school, so I already had like experience like with actual weights and stuff.
Right, so you kind of knew what you were doing too. Because
and also like going into LA, I already had Jose to like guide me around like any like new machines or whatever that I didn't know about. He would already know.
Oh, that's the worst. Going on the new machine and not.
Even I still get that sometimes. Like there's still some like weird machines I've never used.
Yeah, like today.
Like I guess
Crunch Fitness. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of machines.
I saw you guys like
what was the machine? Can you give me one example of something?
Man, like
what did you guys do?
I think there was this weird back machine, and we've never like seen it, right? So then we were just kind of like looking at it, like, dang, man, what do you do? So we just tried it out. I mean, that's the whole thing. Like with new machines, you sometimes just gotta
learn. You just gotta get up there.
You just gotta go for it. So then we tried it out. It wasn't bad, but again, Some machines are better than others for sure.
Oh, okay.
Right?
We could go into that.
For me, it's like learning because like my coach makes me do like certain exercises for like weak points and stuff.
Right.
So it's like not your traditional like gym exercises at all. Like you'll have me do like single leg loaded split squats to like face like what's it called, like resist rotational movement, but also like work the leg as well.
Right.
So it's like learning that is like kind of difficult, so it takes me like a week to figure that out.
Technical.
Yeah. And then like from there I'll start like loading more weight to like progress and stuff like that. So like machines, like for me, like they're kind of intuitive now. Like you just like, oh, see, like that's the seat, that's the movement, that's the target muscle, blah, blah, blah. This is how you can adjust the seats.
Right.
So yeah, once you like get that experience, like it becomes kind of second nature to figure things out.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah,
The muscle like memory kind of built.
Because again, if you know how to do like the basic machines, it'll be easy. And usually a lot of machines, like they'll have pictures saying like, okay, these are the target muscles. This is how you're supposed to do it. And that's it. You know,
the whole instructions.
It might take you, a couple minutes just to get the hang of it, but it's nothing hard.
Yeah.
You just gotta, do a couple sets and you'll be good.
Yeah.
Once you switched off the bro split thing, or like, what did you get up doing? Like, what was your split?
I'm still doing the bro split, but it's
Oh, you never
it's different. Yeah, no. Like,
what's different about like less volume? Like,
yeah, a lot less volume. A lot less sets for sure. It's higher intensity, of course, because again, as I progress, I need a higher intensity. But in the end, I'm not doing.
You don't feel burned out from 6 days a week?
No, because again, I've been doing it for like 3.5 years. So I'm kind of.
When you first started.
Oh yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. It was really bad.
Like, how would you not get injured in that?
Like,
I felt like I would have already got injured in 2 weeks.
I mean, I trained like an idiot. So when I first started, it was still 6 days. But like, I would be like, all right, I'm gonna do one exercise for 30 minutes. And then rest for like a minute or two. So then I might be doing, because this is when I didn't have the bench press, right? So I'd be on the floor doing floor press with dumbbells. So I'd be doing one side for like a minute, and then I'd switch over other side for a minute, rest for a minute, and try to go back into it. And I'm like, I have to train for 30 minutes.
Keep doing that for 30 minutes.
Didn't work. So eventually I was like, okay, I gotta actually find out how to work out properly, right?
Because you're not endurance training, you're trying to like stimulate the muscle,
exactly,
not see how much you can do within a certain amount of time.
That's what I thought working out was, but I was like, nah, it's not.
I got 230.
It's not about the timing. It's just like what you're doing.
Yeah.
How many sets, how many reps,
like a
what
basis.
weight, right?
Yeah.
And again, just doing it smartly, not like a dumbass like I did it. You know what I mean? Right. So. But yeah, no. In the end, like after that, it got better because I realized, okay, you know what? I gotta fix my whole routine.
Do things better.
Right. So
for like a newbie to the gym, what would be your like advice? Like what split advice would you?
I would say, okay, if you're,
how much volume?
It depends on the person, but let's say, okay, most people, a lot of them, their main excuse is like, oh, I don't have enough time to work out.
Okay.
And just work out, like if you can work out twice a week for like 30 to 45 minutes at a time, that is already more than doing nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? If you can go in like twice a week, just go in for like 45 minutes, do like full upper body, full lower body for those 2 days, that's already like infinitely more times more than you're gonna do with doing nothing, right?
Right, yeah, exactly.
So
exactly. So I mean, for those people, all it is just literally just starting. You have to start, right?
Yeah, like
and again, a lot of people tend to say like, oh, I don't have enough time, and it's like, okay, don't get me wrong. You're going to be busy. You're going to have stuff to do. But you can definitely find a time in your day to go in and do something different.
Right.
I don't think you're going to be studying all day.
No.
Right?
That's a lie. I know that's a lie.
You're not going to be working all day. You're definitely going to have a time before or after to do something. Right.
Yeah.
So why not do something good like going to the gym? Right. You can, even if you have like Franco said, like 30 to 45 minutes.
That's plenty.
That's plenty. But you have to train smart. Right. So even if it's 2 days, doesn't matter. You just gotta come in first. You just actually gotta come in, and that's when it all starts.
And like for a little bit of reference, in first year engineering school, like most of my days would end at like 5 p.m. Right, but I would still train.
Do you have time still?
Sorry.
Do you still have time with like first year engineering?
Like time for like free time?
Yeah, like I don't know, the gym, I guess.
Well, the thing is, like in my head, I'm like, okay, I like the gym. That's part of my life now, and like I train for competitive powerlifting. Like that's like a thing I want to do, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So like I make time. Like a lot of people are like, oh, how do I make my gym time around my schedule? I'm like, no, how do I make my schedule around the gym? So like to the people that say they don't have enough time to train, I did a full year of first year engineering. with 3 hours a day of training for 4 days a week.
There you go.
With, you know, full schedule, still studying, still gone to the main second year stream that I wanted to with enough grade, like a grade point average to do that. And I still got at least like around 7 hours of sleep. Usually, right? Like 6.5 at worst, but
it isn't bad at all.
I still went to bed at like midnight whenever I can. Wake up at like around 7 or 8, right? Whenever like the time requires me to wake up. So but like you still got time.
Yeah.
And that's for powerlifting training where you like
it's way worse.
If you're squat, because I squat and deadlift on the same day on one of the days, and like
that sounds cool.
if you actually want to take your time to like build up, warm up to like a heavy set and stuff like that, and then do all of your extra sets after for your working sets, that's going to take like an hour for squat and then like maybe 45 minutes for deadlift because you're already warmed up already, right? And then after that, I have more exercises to do, like my accessory stuff. So like the split squat stuff that I just said, right?
Very technical.
Yeah, the very technical stuff. Any training day would be like anywhere from 2 to 3 hours for me, 4 days a week.
Jeez.
Yeah. And I even train during exams too.
That's brutal.
Yeah, it is.
Training during exams.
Well, okay, exams, here's the thing. Exams, I actually had more time because I didn't need to study that much for exams.
I feel this.
And you don't have to do you don't have to go to class because the class is already over, and then you don't have to do assignment stuff.
You get so much more
time. Like, if I'm already done studying, I just go to the gym.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's my break.
And to build on to Franco's thing, like I remember last year, straight out of high school, I went to go work with my brother in landscaping. Right.
Oh, so that's what you do.
I would be going or getting up at around like 6 and working from 7 to maybe 6 or 7, if not. I remember one day we got off around like 8 or 9.
Like 12 hours?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it was brutal. Right? And again, mind you, this is summer too, so I was hot, exhausted, right?
Was it like a workout already working?
Oh yeah, basically, right? And it didn't help that we were on the construction crew, so then it was a lot, right? It was a lot worse.
Doing all the reps every day.
Yeah. But again, after that, I'd still be like, all right, I'm going to go to the gym. I don't care if I'm tired. I'd sometimes be falling asleep on the way back home.
When would you go to the gym? Like
after work. After work.
After what? Like at 6?
Like around 6, 7, if not 8, and I'd be there for maybe an hour or two, right? Because again, by around that time, no one would be there that I knew, right? So I'd just be, asking random people for a spot if I was doing bench or something. But again, the whole point is I would be exhausted. Yes, I'd want to go home, but the thing is, I have to do it, And the thing is, I think about it as like almost homework. Your teacher's like, hey, you got to do this. Sometimes you're like, damn, I want to do this, man. But I want to do something else. I want to actually relax. I'm tired with school. School got me tired. But like, again, you understand that you have to do it.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. You sometimes just have to realize, okay, listen, today was tiring, right? I'm not trying to do anything, but I have to do it.
Yeah.
Right. And it's a really good skill to have, especially as you're growing, right? Because again, life's just going to be full of
discipline, pretty much.
Exactly, right? You have to be disciplined enough to actually go ahead and do something, even though when you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Right. So that's another good thing that the gym's taught me is just, hey, you got to actually do stuff that you don't want to do sometimes.
Did you have any like your parents, your brothers, your siblings that like went to the gym as well?
No.
Or was it just you're the only guy in your family?
Yeah.
I'm the only one.
I mean, my brother went to Planet Fitness for like a couple months, I think, but I think he just, kind of just got bored of it. I think when my dad was younger, I think he did more like calisthenics, believe it or not, back in South America, right? So he was doing that. He was actually pretty built.
There was probably like a park outside where you could do that,
No, literally.
Right?
Literally.
Yeah.
So he was doing that with his friends, right? And again, he got pretty good from it, pretty like big from it. Sorry, right? But again, like other than that, I don't think my mom did any exercising other than my dad, and my brother. But again, like I'm the only one who actually took it serious and came in, like basically every day.
Yeah.
Right. But
you just showed up.
I just showed up. Yeah. But I was the only one.
That's awesome.
I just remember this one thing. So none of my like close family like ever went to the gym, right? Or even like didn't really play, like my parents didn't really play many sports like in high school and stuff like that. But recently I was told that I have a cousin, and I think I told you, right? My cousin one of my cousins in New Zealand.
Oh yeah, you told me about a cousin in New Zealand.
Yeah. different one, not the one here right now, but like a more distant cousin, right? He did powerlifting before me. I think I told you, right?
You never knew it.
Yeah, it was like I never knew it until after I started powerlifting. Yeah, but it's like it was my mom's cousin's kid or something like that.
I think I have a distant uncle that does a lot. Like I went back, he was very big. He was like way big.
Bro, we always got like distant relatives that
it was some crazy stuff. Yeah.
What's his Chinese name is called like Tungsten Ball because he's just bold. So that's his like nickname.
I've never heard a Chinese name that's like metal before.
Gandan. His name is Gandan.
Gandan, yeah.
So it literally means tungsten ball.
Really?
He's like because it was like northern. They're all northern.
Northerners have different
they're
style.
Tall and big in their style, you know. So yeah. If you vibe with this combo, drop a like, leave a comment, and hit that sub button. We'll catch you next time on different walks, different talks.